But there is talks now that the British and Irish Lions are going to be merging to create a super league. Man, money is a struggle out in these streets, man. We broke in rugby, all right? We doing broke things. So what the article says, I got this article from extra.ie. Initially, I saw it on the Telegraph, but they have a what do you call it? A paywall. So, you get it somewhere else because that's how it all works. But it looks like the Irish and British Lions and Europe rugby are trying to look to create another consolidated program. It looks like they're trying to look about 3 years down the line for this to actually come into fruition. But they're trying to find another property to be able to sell to be able to increase money. And this would include putting the URC teams and the English Premiership teams into it. I don't fully understand how this would work, considering that the British and Irish Lions are made up of players that play for the URC and the English Premiership. Like, exactly what are you trying to put together? Like, you're going to remove the best players from Leinster and the Stormers and and all these teams to be able to put the British and Irish Lions so that they can ultimately go, like, bruh, like, why do you guys want to work with Tier 1 so badly? They suck at business, bruh. And on top of that, it adds another bubble to, you're locking themselves in to a fan base that don't even have the capability of holding it. So what are you going to do? You're going to have your international schedule with the Nations Cup. 3 years down the line, you're going to have an international schedule with the Professional Cup, because professional teams also are going to be playing during this time that also happened during this international test schedule. And you're basically just literally Ouroboros saying your whole thing. It's a snake eating the tail to eat the snake to eat the tail. And you're just like, what is happening? Has everybody lost their mind? Like, your issue isn't the lack of games. The issue is you're literally the lack of resources and your inability to grow outside of your own area. Augustin Pichot said it perfectly. Like, why would you try and isolate out the growth spots that have the population that you need to be able to actually develop the money that is worth it so that you can actually get the returns that you need, on top of the fact that your salaries that you complain about are being so bad are some of the lowest salaries in professional sports. So let's take, Brazil, 250 million people. Nah, we don't want to try and access that audience more. The U.S., man, they've already been effing up so much because of our hands in there. And now that we're in it, it's still iffy. 350 million people. Nah, we don't need that. Oh, man, look at India. 2 billion people. Nah, we don't need to develop that. China, oh, man, I know they got some autocracy and they got some issues, but, that's another 1.8 billion people that are there. Nah, we don't need to go after that one anymore. They're not gonna watch us. Okay, what about Nigeria? Nigeria, hey man, they're already at connecting. That is 180 million people that are there. Most of them, over 50% of them, are under the age of 35. Young audience, absolutely willing. They already watch your Premiership Soccer League. Why don't you go ahead and talk that? Nah, we're not gonna do that. We gotta wait for them. Like, this is stupid. This is just stupid. It's the sad result of poor modeling based off of the fact that you have a group of people who do not actually know how to grow rugby. They are actually legitimately, what do you call it? It's what happened when you only know how to culturally, organically have something that was already established 100 years ago, and you just continue to ride the wave. You're just riding the wave. Even using the perfect example, even the NFL understood this. NFL is more profitable than all these leagues together. Is more profitable than all these leagues together. That's including Premiership soccer as well. Premiership soccer, Premiership rugby, URC top 14. NFL supersedes them almost combined on yearly income of $10 billion, and with an intent of getting up to $10 billion from distribution. And it's actually somewhere around 12 and a half, $15, 12 and a half, $15 billion. They even know that they've maxed out their country of 350 million and are entering into the European market, dropping mad games. And it just used to be London, but now it's Frankfurt. Now it's going to Spain and Barcelona. Germany now being Frankfurt, obviously being in Germany. And then obviously the games that play in London. Because you understand that, you got to expand out. You got to build your base, even including games possibly in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where, again, they've already set a huge set of seeds to be able to build out. They got their play rugby, their play football in Brazil. They've been sending in professional games over to Brazil through Star Plus, which has been great whenever you're here. Like, one place to be able to find most of the games is great. But you basically put your seeds in and build those populations out, and they're going to see the returns on that because they're going to have what the point of their monetary is reach. How much reach can we have? What is the games that we're playing? So this issue with URC and the English Premiership League wanting to merge with the British and Irish lines to create a league, like it's so short-sighted. It's so short-sighted. You're still not solving the problem. You need people. You are a sport who has to play the reach game. That is it. Like, I know they're bringing in Rugby Pass TV, but it's like, you should have been on this back in 2015, whenever it was still coming in. Now that you're in it, you're still not realizing that it's not more games. So let me know what you guys think on this one as well. I mean, it just gets me aggravated in a different way. To know that this is something that is in the thoughts, because it's a bad play, and this affects the rest of the world, like the US, how you are able to get in. And it goes back to where those tier 2 resources keep going to tier 1 spots. Man, we need to be robbing these people. All right, they're taking money from us, USA, Germany, India, freaking Netherlands. Like, Netherlands are the venture capital that would fund the Six Nations. Come on, man.